Artificial intelligence gets smarter and more ingrained in our lives every day, whether we realize it or not. That includes the lives of our youngest generation. But how are those kids and teenagers using AI for schoolwork? Well, to find out, Abby Davis checked in with the Nampa School District. And Abby, AI chatbots, models, they're all easy to access online, which can be a good thing, but also a bad thing.
Well, Brian, students are using all different sorts of AI programs. I talked with a school principal, a teacher, and a student, and they all see AI being used as a tool. But it's a tool they say can also be abused, and that's what educators are trying to get ahead of.
All right, let me check my email real quick.
Technology in the classroom isn't new.
I like it.
But using artificial intelligence for schoolwork is.
I've used it. I know I've used it in science. I've used it in math. I've used it in English.
All subjects AI knows a lot about, especially ChatGPT, an online chatbot that can write essays. After entering this prompt, we wanted to see how easy it would be for ChatGPT to come up with an answer. That answer took less than a minute, 39 seconds to be exact. With just one click, it wrote an entire essay about a Shakespeare character. Now we're going to take this essay to a local English high school teacher and see how it stacks up against some of his students' work.
All right, we mighty few.
John Buckridge teaches English at Nampa High School. This is a prompt that you actually use with your students.
Right, yeah.
So it took AI less than a minute to write this full essay. What did you think of it?
I actually wouldn't end up giving this a good grade at all. I would end up giving this a misread or send it back to the students. There's no textual evidence in it. They're using personal pronouns. The formatting is off.
Because of those reasons, Buckridge says he usually always knows if something's written by AI.
In the entirety of the year, I have seen, and they weren't in my class, 2 students that have turned in an AI-generated writing assignment.
And they got caught.
Yeah. The technology is not good enough to fool a teacher that is familiar with their students' writing.
Do you think it could get good enough?
Oh, absolutely it will. It's like any technology. It's going to get to the point where if they just plugged in the prompt, it will fool any teacher out there.
Already, freshman Akaya Taylor says some students secretly use AI.
There's a few kids that I know that have used it behind the teachers' backs to get stuff done, or cheat on tests and get, I don't know, better grades without the teachers knowing.
Taylor says it's better if the teacher knows and even encourages students use AI. Not to cheat, but
to figure out what you want to say and how to describe stuff, and a better kind of use bigger words and stuff like that.
So it's like a helper.
Yeah, just like a little helper, almost like a second teacher.
Additional help Buckridge welcomes inside his classroom so his students can use it outside of the classroom as well.
As a thinking partner for their essays, somebody that they can ask, hey, this is what my introduction is. Can you read through that? What do you think is the weakest part of this introduction? What do you think is the best part of this introduction? And then they can go back and reread that.
Buckridge believes most students won't cheat with AI if teachers show them how to use it responsibly.
I've made it a tool. This exists. It's going to become more popular. Here's how you can use it.
Excuse me.
It's a tool Lone Star Middle School principal Greg Heidemann also embraces.
Yep, principal for 10 years. It's going to be a new frontier.
A wide open space, Heidemann says his middle schoolers haven't explored all that much yet. But just because they haven't doesn't mean they won't.
Our challenge, like anything else, is how do we stay ahead? How do we manage? How do we communicate with parents?
That part school administrators are mostly navigating on their own. The State Board of Education said they haven't discussed AI in schools. And an Idaho Department of Education spokesperson said they're just opening that conversation with districts. Do you think you guys will create some guidelines that will help teachers figure out how to use it?
Absolutely, yeah.
Because students like Taylor,
there's a bunch of different things you can kind of jump on and learn new stuff.
Already embrace the future. It's not just K through 12 students using AI, some college students are too. Boise State University created an AI in Education task force in January. Executive Director of Learning Technology Solutions, Leif Nelson, helps run the group. Right now, Nelson says it's mostly up to individual professors to decide how and if they use AI.
We help faculty just understand what this is, how it works, what's the potential, what are the pros and cons, so that they can have conversations with their students right? And just kind of like navigate that together.
Nelson says cheating happens, but he believes BSU's academic integrity program holds students accountable. If someone does cheat, Nelson says they look at why that student cheated. Did they not understand the assignment, or was there something else going on? Nelson thinks AI will only become more and more popular, so the task force is planning workshops and events to support staff even during the summer. And Brian, that's really the common theme here. You can't ignore what's happening, and these educators are really just trying to figure out how to embrace AI and evolve with it, because things will likely look a lot different in a year from now, even 6 months from now.
Even 6 months from now. And it's like AI itself, they're just kind of figuring it out as it goes along. As it gets better, they're finding new uses for it and possibly using it to their advantage.
Exactly right.
Kind of the way to go about it. All right, thank you very much, Abby.